What if one line from The Night Before Christmas could inspire the design for a Christmas mantle? Today it does, with rooftops, cardinals, and a storybook of Christmas magic. I'm going to begin the construction of this mantle with a collection of birdhouses that I built, each one with a roof ready for tiny reindeer. Now I'm looking for a cohesive look, so I'm adding cardinals and poinsettia onto the mantle as well, so it coordinates with what's going on in the foyer and also what's going on the window garlands in this room. And most importantly, the focal point is the book which I created, which is going to be right in the center of the mantle to enhance the design of the room. It's a piece of Christmas poetry come to life, one line at a time. Okay, let's get started. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. All right, so I'm gonna make kind of like a stand for the book in the music room here. And I was going to not use a book here, but I think I like that theme that I'm going to be using a book opened up in almost every room. So here I had to figure out, okay, so how am I going to make it a little bit different and a little bit unique? I built this a few years ago and I used it for spring. It had florals and stuff on it, and it was supposed to be, birdhouses, obviously. But I started to think, hey, you know what? The whole idea of this room is so up to the housetops, the coursers they flew. So I'm taking off on the idea of the housetops, and I thought, you know what? This might be a really good idea to use. And I have all I have to do is repaint it, and it'll fit right in. Now, my idea is that centerpiece right there, that middle one, is where I'm going to lean the book against. And this is going to go on top of the mantle. So once again, as I did in the foyer, I'm using a lightweight, it's almost like a magazine, but it's a little bit heavier stock. So the first thing I have to do is I'm going to paint the edges gold, just like I did in the foyer, because it gives it that antique-y kind of a look. And how I'm going to do that is I'm simply going to use gold acrylic paint, and I'm going to brush the gold on the edges of the pages. And that's what it looks like painted. And I actually had to open up to, where I wanted the book to be open, and then I redid this line again here because the pages start to move in, and then you see the white again, and I wanted to see the gold. Next, I painted the edges of the pages that are going to be exposed with the gold as well. Using a drill, I drilled in 2 holes on each side of the book so that I could put floral wire in there to hold it to the stand. I'm going to use Mod Podge to attach the paper to a heavier stock paper underneath so it's not so flimsy. And then I'm going to Mod Podge on the top of them, and I'm going to put all glitter on there to make them look magical. Then I glued them into the book. Next, I painted the roofs and the birdhouses. Then I painted on some mini poinsettias. Next, I put in some cardinals and some poinsettia picks as well. And here's how it turned out. So what's going to happen is it's going to be up on the mantle, and it has this very important piece to the room because this is the quote that the whole room is built around. Thanks for stopping by today, and I hope you'll come back to see how this incorporates into the design. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.